This is week 7 and 8 weeks of taking control of your body. Today what we're going to specifically work on is from the deltoid, the shoulder, down to the hand. We're going to try and free up as much of the tricep as we can, which has 3 heads, the bicep, which has 2 heads. We're going to try and free up the forearm for those office workers who are constantly running over that intersection on the forearm here, creating pressure, creating niggles, creating a like sound, which is never good. We're going to try and free up as much tissue in the arm as possible. This ball conveniently fits between your elbow, your forearm, and your bicep. You place this ball directly into the position of the elbow. You're making sure the palm of the hand is facing towards you. You bring the opposite hand and you're pulling the palm towards you. Now, this can be enough for some of you. This may be a little bit too tension for a lot of you. You're slowly rotating the wrist and you're trying to break down the tissue. For those of you who want more grunt and to break those tissues down faster, ultimately leading to more benefit, what you do is you place your body weight on top of that ball, driving your right shoulder into your right hand, putting all the body weight you can on, then slowly rotating the wrist. If you want even more pressure, bring your right elbow further out to the side and try and touch the palm of your hand towards your right shoulder. This one is lots of fun. 3 minutes in this position, you're definitely going to get some benefit. From there, we relax the ball, we grab our trusty roller. For those of you who don't like to go through too much pain to get the benefit, you will eventually, you become acclimated to it. You're going to bring that roller just across the arm like so, using the wall, using whatever you can to bring blood flow into the area. For those of you who like a little more juice, come on back down to the floor. Palm of the hand facing down, slowly rotating the wrist. We're just going to go back and forth, breaking that down as much as we can. 3 minutes with the ball, 2 minutes with the roller. It's going to help a lot. I find with recovery as well, when you've got that delayed onset muscle soreness or DOMS for short, sore muscles the next day, this is going to help you recover those tissues and bring the blood flow and the warmth into those areas. The barbell is going to be a great tool to free up your bicep and your tricep. We're going to start off with a couple of old dance moves, starting off with the hangman, focusing on our bicep. We're going to bring the elbow, bicep especially touching the bar. Just relax the arm completely. If you want more pressure, place your left hand over top of that arm, creating downward pressure. Now very slowly you extend your arm as far as you can till it's completely straight and you relax the arm on the way down. Relax completely. Now you're going to do that 20 times. After the 20th time, you move up 1 inch closer towards the shoulder until you eventually, after 20 times, going up 1 inch, hit the top of your shoulder, finishing on the bicep here. Now we do the same thing for the tricep. We start off close at the elbow. Of course, the tricep is this lateral part, the back of the arm here. We're starting on the tendon plate and we're slowly straightening the arm completely, all the way with the palm facing up, and then relax. Again, we pull the hand close towards you. You're gonna find it sinks deeper quite fast. 20 times, go away 1 inch. Moving the bar closer towards the delt, 20 times, go away 1 inch. Eventually finishing at the top of the tricep, just under that shoulder complex here. 20 for the bicep, 20 for the tricep. Try and free it up as much as you can, and then you're ready to move on to the next movement. So the stretch we now go into is placing your palm flat against the wall. What you want to do here is you want to place the fingers pointing away from your body and the elbow pointing in the same direction as your fingertips. If I'm here, what I'm doing is I'm creating a little bit of torque. I'm moving my body away from itself by pulling my left shoulder away from my right fingers. Now, if you're not feeling this tension enough with a completely straight arm, as you can see, what you do is you lean your body towards the left more, and you're trying to push your elbow forward with a straight arm as you slowly rotate and look away from your fingertips. Now, where you're going to feel that depends on where you are tight. Some of you are going to feel it through the wrist to begin with, some of you through the forearm, some of you through the bicep directly, some of you through this anterior deltoid where the bicep tendon is quite tight and where things get quite gristly as well. Another little trick is just to massage your bicep tendon in the anterior delt and try and disconnect your mind from that muscle. The amount of time I've tried to train people in the beginning, and when I've done a normal conventional bicep movement, all I've really done is burnt out the anterior delt, this front to the shoulder complex here. What's happening is the mechanism of this muscle is pulling your arm towards the sky. So if you're doing a movement which should be a strict bicep curl, except your body is lifting the elbow forward, you're going to create tension and inflammation at that point where you don't actually want it. And then if you're doing that type of movement, the bicep, and the next day you're doing a push movement like your shoulders and chest together, you're going to create even more tension. The muscles aren't going to recover, they're going to come over dominant, and you're going to end up working those accessory muscles that you don't want to do. That's why sometimes people have a hard time growing their bicep and they start to get these rounded kyphotic shoulders, and especially have tension points in the front of the shoulder here too. Relax your mind, disconnect the tension here, allow the shoulders to be locked back without the elbow moving away from the body, and try and disconnect this tissue. So that's a little point when it comes to working your bicep. Now to massage and relax that bicep tendon, what you're going to do is you're going to place 2 fingers very softly just in this deltoid here, right in the front of the shoulder. And what you're looking for is you're looking for a little point or a little cable, if you like, that you can run your fingers across. Now when you push with a little bit of pressure, you're going to feel a point in the front of that shoulder, directly here, where it goes kink, kink, kink. Now if you find any gristles, if you find any fibrous tissue, what can help is spending 3 minutes a day at your desk, wherever you are, nice and relaxed, just breaking it down back and forth. What you'll find is in the beginning it's not quite tender, but as you sink quite deep in there, it starts to get tighter, tighter, tighter before eventually subsiding, and you may start to get some healing blood flow into that area. Then you move from here down until there is no pain. Pain is a signal, so if the pain is gone, the pressure and the problem is gone. So I mentioned earlier that the tricep has 3 heads and the bicep has 2 heads. Generally when people start in the gym, they use their show muscles and they often train their bicep to such an extent it actually becomes stronger than their tricep. Now because their tricep has 3 heads and it makes up a larger majority of the arm than the bicep, we should actually be stronger through that tissue. So if we have an imbalance here, it's going to cause us problems. I've met quite a few people who are unable to actually straighten their arm completely. 2 reasons. One can be that the bicep is so tight it restricts you from straightening the arm. Otherwise, you're locked at the back of the tricep here and unable to do it because of that. This stretch is going to help with the second one. What we do here is we grab a resistance band of moderate tension. We really don't want to get too much thicker than this or too thinner than this. We bring the palm facing up with the band in the middle. The bottom of the band, you may not be able to see, but it's placed around the bottom of my foot. I bring my hand facing backwards and my elbow towards the ceiling. Then I slowly straighten the leg. I'm going to try and get my elbow back as far as I can. I'm going to keep it relatively close to the body. I'm going to try and push your hand down towards the floor, just by relaxing. To help with this, you can bring your left hand over top, slowly bring the elbow back, and try and relax the tissue from the back of the elbow all the way down to the armpit here. The more you breathe, the more relaxed, the more length you're going to get. You want to spend 3 minutes in this position. This can also help a lot with front squats, getting into a good rack position, and a lot of other movements like bench, so you're getting full range of motion as well. Near your elbow, you've got all these intricate little muscles, your anconeus, the forearm extensors, all these little muscles that are in charge of wiggling your fingers, moving your hand, rotation. All of these little things add up and they create pressure. If you think of an intersection with cars, super busy, there's going to be some car crashes from time to time. There's going to be some damage made. So if you've got that creaky elbow in the morning or creaky mouse hand, these exercises are going to help you free those tissues up. And we're going to use our ball and our roller. Now the ball is more specific. You're going to be able to get into that spot a lot deeper, a lot faster. The roller is going to help ease you into it. What you're doing is you're looking for the point that wiggles when you wiggle your fingers. Quite close to the elbow, you can see it here. You're going to find that spot. We're going to put all of our body weight into that position. You slowly go back and forth with the roller, breaking it down. It is going to sink deeper and deeper and deeper. You're going to spend 2 minutes in that position, going from close to the elbow halfway through the forearm here. If you want to break it down faster, you'll do the same thing for 2 minutes with the ball. After you progress from the roller, you go into the ball. And in that spot, again, we're doing the same thing. We're going back and forth and back and forth. What's fantastic is this does not take up much room, so you can pop one on your desk, pop one in your car, stuck in traffic, get it done. These can be used anywhere. I used to work at the Freezing Works, and a lot of people used to get carpal tunnel, and one of the reasons that you get carpal tunnel is because the tension is so tight, everything locks up. Stretching, mobility counteracts this big time. So a couple of stretches that you can do at home. You can do the press stretch. You can bring the elbows up, you can drop the palms down to intensify this. You point the fingers down. To intensify this even more, you bring the elbows down further, trying to bring your wrists up higher. You're going to feel that one quite intensely through here. You can softly do it the opposite way. You would never push as hard in this position, but a lot of you will find you're either super tight one way or super tight the other, and this may be a real problem for you. You want to have normal range of motion on both wrists with both hands, spreading the fingers, opening them up to make sure they're nice and supple, and also doing slight rotations, nice and smooth before a labor-intensive day is going to help keep your wrists nice and supple as well. So for me personally, using those exercises before I was to train using my arms, it helps me a lot. Psychologically, it's almost like you can feel more blood going into the muscle, into the right areas, and using those tissues allows you to grow those tissues in those specific spots. I find that when I connect the tension that I feel through my mobility with the tension and the placement I want to feel with my growth training, I'm able to get more of a mind-muscle connection. And that cognitive connection helps a lot with my training. The pumps and the sensations that I've been able to feel since starting the mobility has helped a lot. Now I still have a little bit of pippy arms, still a wee way to go, but they are getting better because of the connection is there. Instead of just working the other muscles, the traps, the shoulders, the backs, those gorilla muscles, makes you starting to get some growth in the specific areas that I want to do. I hope this helps you as well. I hope this helps those office workers getting tight through the elbows and anyone doing any type of movement with the arm where you're starting to hear that scraping sensation. I'll see you next week. Enjoy.